Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about 10 movies that used terrifying animatronics instead of CGI. Now of course this is our own list and let us know down below your list. Now let's start with Tremors. This movie follows a group of natives of a small isolated town that defend themselves against the strange underground creatures which are killing them one by one. This movie, made in 1990, which stars Kevin Bacon, was very popular at the time. In this movie we can see these monsters called graboids. These giant sandworms are legitimately scary. These monsters are moving by utilizing a mix of mechanical and hand puppetry techniques. The movie was nominated for the Best Special Effects for the Saturn Award. Next one we have is Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was a mega hit when it released in 1993. The movie quickly became a giant franchise, creating multiple movies spanning over decades. But the most interesting thing is the use of CGI, as the mega hit from the 1993 is best known for being the first movie to realistically incorporate CGI on a large scale. But the best dinosaur comes from the courtesy of puppets from Stan Winston, being 20 foot tall, 40 foot long, and weighing 17,000. This Tyrannosaurus was a masterpiece. Next movie we have is Jaws. Jaws was a mega hit movie in 1975 that inspired a lot of movies that came after it. This movie follows a killer shark that unleashes chaos on the beach community, but it's up to their local sheriff, a marine biologist, and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down. But the reason why this movie was a huge hit were the animatronics. This movie used a small army of lifelike puppet sharks that gave a terrifying effect. They are still the reason why most of us are afraid to go deep into the water. Next movie we have is Pumpkinhead. After a tragic accident, a man conjures up a towering vengeful demon called Pumpkinhead to destroy a group of unsuspecting teenagers. This 1988 movie used a lot of great effects, but the biggest of course was the pumpkin head. This monster, that was actually a puppet, looked absolutely terrifying, and to be honest quite realistic for even now. And the full character of Pumpkinhead was a giant puppet that really looked like it came from hell. Next movie we have is Child's Play. Child's Play is a movie made in 1988. In this legendary story, a single mother gives her son a much sought after doll for his birthday, only to discover that it's possessed by the soul of a serial killer. I mean, who hasn't seen the Chucky doll and thought it was terrifying? Of course, there are many sequels that came after this movie, and all of the Chucky versions are pretty scary. But in this movie, the character of the puppet Chucky was actually played by a puppet, which in a way makes it even more scary. Next movie we have is An American Werewolf in London. This movie, made in 1981, follows two American college students on a walking tour of Britain who are attacked by a werewolf that everyone believed didn't exist. This movie proved to be a huge success back in those days, even winning an Oscar for Best Makeup. Back in those days, CGI didn't even exist, so they were really relying on the puppets, and they did a pretty decent job with the werewolf. Of course, looking at it 40 years later, it does look a bit weird, but still, taking into consideration when it was made, it is still very enjoyable. And for some fans, it might be one of the best werewolf movies of all time. Next movie we have is The Fly. A brilliant but eccentric scientist begins to transform into a giant man-fly hybrid after one of his experiments goes terribly wrong. This 1986 drama horror sci-fi movie proved to be a great success, even winning one Oscar for Best Makeup. And the character in this movie that we're gonna talk about is the Brundle Fly. This human-fly hybrid is absolutely frightening, and what's more interesting is the use of the animatronics instead of using CGI. Next movie we have is Aliens. Aliens is a movie made in 1986. It follows the storyline of Officer Ripley, who awakens from hypersleep and tries to warn everyone who will listen about the predators on the ship. This movie was a worldwide phenomenon, winning 2 Oscars for Best Sound Effects and also Best Visual Effects, while also being nominated for other 5 awards that year. As for the scary character, it must be the Alien Queen. This puppet took over a dozen puppeteers and a crane to operate, and it might be one of the most intimidating creatures on our list. Next movie we have is The Thing. This movie follows a research team in Antarctica as they are hunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims. This movie, made in 1982 and starred by Kurt Russell, is often looked upon as the movie with best practical effects. And it's not a surprise people say that, as when we look at The Thing, aka the alien, we can definitely see that it's terrifying even now. And the last movie on our list is Alien. Now listen, a lot of Alien movies are great, and we have seen a lot of different versions of the alien over the years, some of them being CGI and some of them being puppets. But this one is absolutely legendary, and that is the chest burster alien. The chest burster scene is iconic, with its ferocious, blood-drenched creature popped out of the chest of its victim. This scene became one of the most memorable and terrifying scenes in the history of cinema, and even though it looks kinda funny now, it is still a legendary scene. Now that's gonna be it for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we are sorry if we didn't feature some of your favorite moments from other movies. Let us know down below which creature is your favorite, and be sure to check out some of our other videos as well. We wish you a wonderful day, and until next time, bye bye.